Have you ever thought about what it would be like to piece together an entire lost world? I mean, everything. Its religions, its business deals, even its secret letters, all from thousands of tiny, ancient scraps of paper and silk? Well, that's exactly the incredible puzzle we're diving into today, the fascinating field of Turfan studies.
And this isn't just some small side project. Scholars have literally called the effort to understand these texts from the Silk Road's Turfan oasis a task of the century. It's this massive, global undertaking to recover and piece back together the history of this vital crossroads of civilization. So you're probably wondering, okay, how does someone even begin to tackle something that huge? Well, think of this explainer as your personal map. We're going to walk through all the different pathways you can take to explore this amazing field, whether you're just a curious history buff or maybe even an aspiring academic. Okay, so at the very heart of our story is a treasure. But it's a strange kind of treasure. It's a library that was basically shattered into countless pieces over 1,000 years ago. This is the Turfan collection, and it's the raw material for rebuilding this entire lost world.
Just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, look at this number, 40,000. That's how many text fragments are in just the Berlin Turfan collection. It is a breathtaking amount of history, all just sitting there, waiting for someone to read it.
And what's really wild is the sheer diversity of what was found. I mean, you have these profound religious texts right alongside everyday monastic records, like who was on dish duty. You've got commercial contracts and deeply personal letters. This mix, written in over 20 different languages and scripts, paints this incredibly vivid picture of a bustling, multicultural hub where ideas, goods, and people from all over Eurasia came together. All right, with 40,000 fragments scattered about, you're going to need a central hub, right? A kind of base of operations for this massive puzzle-solving effort. So, where in the world is that? Well, the epicenter of this whole academic quest is in Germany. The Berlin Brandenburg Academy of Sciences and Humanities, we'll just call it the BBAW, has this long, prestigious tradition of research. And it serves as the primary home for the scholars who are dedicating their lives to piecing the Turfan collection back together. And this quest, it has a name, Turfan Forschung. It's the official German term for Turfan studies, and it refers specifically to this academic discipline and the massive research project housed at the BBAW. So when you hear Turfan Forschung, you know that's the formal name for the whole shebang we're exploring. Okay, so what if you wanted to become one of these scholars? Let's look at the first and most structured way in, the formal academic path. Now, the path to becoming a professor in Germany is very, very structured. It all starts with a master's degree in a relevant field, something like Iranian or Turkic studies. From there, you'd move into a specialized doctoral program. But even after you get your PhD, there's another major step you have to take. And that step is called the habilitation. It's this really high-level qualification that's kind of unique to some European countries. It's where you formally prove that you're capable of doing independent research and teaching at the absolute highest level. For a lot of fields, it's still the key that unlocks a full professorship. But here's the great news. This path is totally accessible to scholars from all over the world. There are specific doctoral programs like Languages and Cultures of the Silk Road, right in Berlin. And there are fantastic funding organizations like the DEAD, that's the German Academic Exchange Service, which offers scholarships specifically for international students. But hey, maybe a decade-long academic track isn't really for you. What if you want to get your hands dirty with the material a little more directly? Well, don't worry, there are other ways to get involved. This brings us to two really different but equally valuable options. On one hand, you could attend an intensive summer school in Berlin and learn ancient languages like Sogdian directly from the world's leading experts. Or, on the other hand, you could contribute remotely to a digital humanities project, helping to catalog and transcribe these fragments for a global audience right from your own computer. A perfect example of this digital route is the International Dunhuang Project, or the IDP. It's this massive collaborative effort to put all of these Silk Road manuscripts online, and the Turfan Forschung team in Berlin is a key partner. It's a fantastic way to contribute to the field from absolutely anywhere in the world. But what if you want to start exploring right now, like this very second? Well, the best part about modern Turfan Forschung is that you absolutely can. The doors to the archive are wide open, digitally speaking. The scale of what's available online is it's staggering.
Through projects like the IDP, you have totally free access to tens of thousands of digitized fragments. We're talking nearly 14,000 in Sanskrit alone. It's literally an entire lost library, right at your fingertips, just waiting for a curious mind to come along.
So, here are the keys to the kingdom. You've got the Digital Turfan Archive, the International Dunhuang Project, and specialized databases like the Titus Project for Tocharian texts. These are the exact websites you can go to today to start your own journey of discovery.
Okay, so we've covered the hardcore academic route, the more hands-on opportunities, and digital exploration. Let's pull it all together now into a single practical roadmap for you. Here it is. This is your action plan. Step 1, start by building a foundation in the key languages. Step 2, dive into those digital archives we talked about. See the primary sources for yourself. Then, if you get really serious, you can target a doctoral program and look for funding. And all along the way, stay connected to the community through the BBAW website. It's a really clear path from just being curious to actually contributing. Look, the Turfan collection is this vast, fragmented story of humanity at a global crossroads. Thousands of these little pieces are still waiting to be identified, translated, and understood. So the only question left is, which piece of history will you be the one to uncover?